Hi guys, my name is Heidi and I'm from Free to Love and Live. And what I'm going to do over the next half an hour is just share a short presentation about exactly what I have done, my story, and how nutritional cleansing could work for you. So thank you to those who invited you onto this webinar, and when I'm finished, you can get back to them and see if this is something that you're interested in. Right now, I'm just going to share my screen with you, so bear with me. So as I said, I'm Heidi from Free to Love and Live, and I'm just going to share a little bit about me. So 2 years ago, I began these products. My whole life, I had the tendency to just put on weight. Didn't matter what I did, what I didn't eat, how much exercise I did. I always had this muffin top, and I was actually bullied at school for being overweight. I came home one day terribly upset when I was 14, and my mother put me on a diet. And I guess that was the beginning of my serial dieting. And on the screen there in front of you, you see a potato. And I'm 32 now, but literally until I found this system, I abstained from any sort of carbohydrates for around 14 years. So I now really enjoy my potato chips. I absolutely punished my body at the gym. I used to run 12 Ks a day, then go to school, come home, do another gym workout. I did this over the weekends as well. I wouldn't be out partying with my friends because I was so obsessed with being in that ideal body I thought I had to be in. When I finished school, I went off to the University of Technology, where I completed a 3-year degree and came out as a registered nurse and began my career as a nurse in 2004. I worked really hard in that career, and I worked all the way up to being a nurse manager. And then, I got married over the time of it and decided that I wanted to be a mum. But unfortunately, things didn't happen for us so easily. I needed fertility drugs. So I embarked on some of those and finally had my firstborn, Sammy. I pretended to be a super mum. I had to go back to work. I had to pay the mortgage with my husband. There was no way that not leaving work was an option. So I did that, and I went back to work and thought everything was okay. But in fact, I was doing everything at 50%, but I was putting in 110% effort. I was basically running out of steam. I then wanted to have another baby. I thought if I could just get out of work for another 6 months and slow down for a while, things might be better. With this second baby, I needed 7 months of fertility treatment, and during the pregnancy, I vomited every single day whilst holding down a full-time position as a nurse manager and having Sammy there in and out of hospital. She's a severe asthmatic, so she suffered from pneumonias and collapsed lungs. It was a very stressful time, not just with Sammy being sick, but we had to service this mortgage, which was around $500,000, and two of us working in the $150,000 combined income wasn't enough to cover our costs. So we were racking up credit card debt to account for Sammy's specialist fees and the times that I had to stay off work to look after her. I was really struggling as my role as a mother and a role as a provider as well. After the birth of my second child, Nightica, I weighed over 90 kilos. There was no way during that pregnancy I could do any exercise. I had no energy, and I fed my nausea for 9 months. So I was very unhappy. But I went back and I tried to do what I always did. So I was working out at the gym. I had a personal trainer. I tried all of these diets and more, and I went back to not eating. But unfortunately, a few kilos may budge, but they would come back on, or I couldn't budge at all, and I was getting very unhappy. I went back to work in maternity clothes, and I went back to work a very crabby, unhappy mother and person. Work was really stressful. To account for the extra bills that we'd racked up during my maternity leave, I started a part-time casual position on a night shift on a Saturday night. So I was working 56 hours a week. And at the time, I thought I'd give up my nurse management position and go back to work night shifts so I would have more time with my children during the day and less time that I'd have to place them into childcare. However, if you can imagine working 12 hours all night and coming home and looking after 2 children, Then your husband coming home and you going back to work, I was becoming a nervous wreck. It was really straining my relationship, not only with my husband, with my children. I wasn't present, and I wasn't present in the world of my friendships, and I was definitely not living my ideal life. A friend of mine had been doing Isagenix for a couple of months and been telling me that this is great and that I should do it, and I said no. I said no for 3 months until finally I said yes, which was the day after my 30th birthday. And my 30th birthday was a pivotal point in my life because I realized that, I was losing friends. I was losing good people out of my life, and it was because I was so deeply unhappy. So I lost the weight. Within 3 months, I lost 27 kilos, and I've kept that weight off now for 2 years on a maintenance system. So I changed on the outside, and eventually the inside changed too. I have some really core values that I carry with me. I really like to help people. That's why I went and did a nursing degree. I love to travel the world. My family are my number one priority and contribution. So this is my family now today. I've retired myself. I retired my husband from this. We now help 11,000 people getting healthy, getting happy, and building a business if that's what they wish to do. I've formed a lot of new friendships. I've traveled the world, and now we contribute to a Sri Lankan orphanage this year, providing them with a carer to take on 7 more children, to house them, to clothe them, to feed them, and to educate them. And one of my recent trips was to Paris. So this is a gift. Someone's given you a gift today. They've sent you to this webinar, and I believe you're being handed a gift. Whether you choose it to open it or not is up to you. Okay, now you can just get healthy from this gift. You can regain your body. You can feel energetic again, prevent some anti-aging forces, and become a better version of you. What you choose to unwrap is simply up to you. So what is it? And I did mention it before. It's Isagenix. That's the company. The company co-founders are Jim and Kathy Coover in the middle there, and their son Eric. And also the master formulator is John Anderson on your left-hand side there. John Anderson has formulated for over 600 companies and 2,400 preparations. All of these people, apart from Eric, who was pro golfing at the time, were in retirement, all billionaires themselves. Their money did not drive this company to start up. What started this company is they wanted to free people from physical and financial pain. And John Anderson, the formulator, although he's formulated all of those drugs and preparations, he was really disgruntled with the industry because they would chop and change and put cheaper ingredients in there. So we're over 13 countries now, 14 countries actually. We've just opened in Vietnam. We're number 1 network marketing company in Australia, and we're climbing all the time in America. So now let's get on to the products. And what I say is, are you toxic? Do you smoke cigarettes, or are you living with a smoker? Do you put lipstick on, which is full of lead? Do you eat conventional fruit and veg from Coles or Woolworths? Do you know it's estimated that we eat 4 litres of pesticides a year on conventional fruit and vegetables? And our children are eating half of that. Shampoos, lotions, potions, parabens. Our skin is our largest organ, so once something hits our skin, within 26 seconds, it's in our bloodstream. Water. Our water is full of heavy metals. Chlorine. Chlorine is such a toxic vapor as soon as it hits a high temperature. So every time we're having a shower, we're breathing in toxic fumes. Sydney, and I'm sure wherever you are, there is some level of pollution. This is a Weight Watchers product aimed at people to lose weight, yet if you look at the ingredients, there's lots of processed sugars in there, over 30 processed foods. Energy drinks, Coca-Colas, soft drinks, these are not good for the body. And deodorant as well is very toxic. However, I recommend you all still use it. So ways that we get toxins is that we digest them, we eat them, we breathe them, and we absorb them through our skin. Toxins can make us feel tired, lethargic, have a low libido, feel cranky and irritable, have headaches, generally just feel unwell, inability to concentrate, have poor sleeping, and obesity. And I went into Isagenix purely just for my weight, for that last category there. But when I look back at this list, I realized that I had every single one of them. But I thought it was normal because I would turn up to work or I'd turn up to mother's group and every single person was feeling so unwell. So why do toxins make us fat? You may have joined this webinar today because you have a few kilos that you want to lose. And you know what? Even if you don't have a few kilos to lose, it's amazing that you will release toxic fat. And the reason is because our bodies try and protect ourselves from those toxins that we mentioned a few slides ago by wrapping them in fat. It's simple science. So you have all of these toxins on board, like on the left diagram there, and you're overweight. However, you cut calories, you exercise, and what you're doing is that you may be getting into a small surface area, but you're increasing your toxic density. So when you go back to life, and what I mean by life is that you have your piece of cake, you have your wine on the weekends, that you live life. I can go on holidays in America for 6 weeks. But what happens is you're going to rebound. You're going to go back to that first left diagram. But if you get to the root cause of why we put on weight, which is toxins, and you use nutritional cleansing to cleanse these away from your body or remove impurities from the body, what your body can do is melts away excess fat and creates lean muscle. So nutritional cleansing keeps your body naturally clean and healthy. So when you go back to life, you don't have those toxins on board or impurities, and therefore your body doesn't need to gain or retain the fat. So my rules of thumb are you need to feed your body, you need to cleanse your body, and you need to assist the body in how it copes with stress. So let's go over those 3 key products. Stage 1 is the shake. And I guess you may or may not have heard that Isagenix, in your first 30 days, you do replace 2 of your meals with a shake. And I was not interested in doing this. I'd tried shake diets before. They were awful. They tasted like cardboard and they really left me unsatisfied. But what I realized is that those shakes were specially designed to strip the body. These are not. These are a complete meal within 250 calories. So it's got over 70 trace minerals and vitamins. And if you look at our food source today, we're missing nutrients and trace minerals from our diet. That's why we go off craving. So as soon as I had my first isoline shake, my cravings dissipated. I also feed my shakes to my children every single day because they're getting all the building blocks that they need to go off to school and be those little sponges that they are. It's also got pre and probiotics in it, so it's excellent for people with digestion issues. And it's also a very strong, pristine whey protein from New Zealand. Stage 2 is that you actually need to clean the body. You need to remove it from impurities. And how we do that is by cleansing. So as you can imagine, go back hundreds of years when we were evolving, and how we used to get our food is that we used to hunt it. And there were periods of time where we were abstaining from carbohydrates and proteins. And that's what the body is meant to do, believe it or not. We're not meant to feed our body 8 times a day, 52 weeks a year. We are meant to abstain from carbohydrates and proteins because then our body naturally goes into detox. It cleanses the impurities. Your liver kicks in, your lymphatic system kicks in. And instead of dealing with the digestion, it's using 80% of its energy just to digest food. We switch your digestion off 1 day a week. And where does that energy go? It goes into removing these impurities. You support the body with nutrients, however, using Cleanse for Life. So it's not something that's going to pop you on the toilet. It's not something that you need to lie down for the entire day, but it is an effective cleanse of the body. Now, who deals with stress? If you've got kids, you've got stress. If you've got a credit card, you've got stress. If you go to work, you've got stress. Everyone has some level of stress. And stress really affects the body. It increases your cortisol, which really prevents weight loss as well. And it really inhibits how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis. So Ionix is a tonic that we take generally in the morning. And what it does is it adapts to what the body requires. So specially designed for stress, I'll take it 30 mils in the morning. And, I get through the morning rush and my kids off to school fairly easily. However, my mum takes 30 mils just before she hits the bed at night, and it helps her calm her nervous system and get her off to sleep. So here are some proofs in the pudding, right? And these are not photoshopped girls. These are girls and boys that have actually come through my system. and use the Isagenix. So this is Brooke. She's a mother of 4, and that first picture there is her first 30 days. And then 6 months on a maintenance system. She dropped 11 kilos in total. I'm not sure how many centimeters, but she's looking fantastic. And look at her bottom. And a lot of people ask me about, do you exercise on this diet? And you don't have to. And Brooke did not exercise to achieve these results. This is Lauren. Lauren is tall and leggy and beautiful, and I thought, what does she want to lose weight for? But when I see these pictures here, she had that big bloated stomach. She was not feeling comfortable in her own skin, and she had a lot of digestion issues. So this is her first 30-day system. Amazing. This is Brooke again, but a front-on version with clothes. And this is Jo. Jo does do exercise. She's actually a personal trainer. But Jo, after her first and only baby, just could not budge the weight. Now, she was at her local gym doing 3, 4, 5 classes a week and just, high intensity, and just could not budge that baby weight. However, all she did was add in nutritional cleansing, and now she's got a flat washboard stomach, and something she's proud of now as a PT herself. Alison is still on her weight loss journey. She's not at her optimum weight yet, although she released a lot of kilograms. Alison had a condition where she slept. She slept 16 hours a day for the last 6 years of her life, until that day I made a phone call. I actually didn't realize Alison was unwell, because when I'd always seen her, she'd always been bubbly. However, Alison tried this as a last resort. No doctors, and it still remains an undiagnosed condition. But on day 4 of nutritional cleansing, Alison woke up. And Alison now is at the gym, she's running the block, and she's living a healthy life that she's so proud of with her 2 children. This is my husband. He lost 12 kilos in 30 days, and he got the B back, which we're happy about. This is Lauren again, that big digestive stomach that she had, and her hips. And hip fat is also attributed to emotional stress. And Lauren in the background had a lot of financial strain going on, and since built this business to help her family with that. This is the most incredible story. This lady here has lost 62 kilos to date. She began this journey at 140 kilograms. Now, it's been a long process for her. It's been 18 months, but she lived 40 odd years as a big person. She's tried so many diets and failed miserably. However, this just became a lifestyle for her. This became a lifestyle for her that now she's at the gym. She's enjoying life, and look at that smile, She's released 62 kilos from her body in a size 12, and just last month in a bikini in Hawaii. Amazing, amazing story. Her name's Danielle, and she's an inspiration to me. It's just not for girls. There's Ricky as well. That's his 30-day transformation. His wife, Christina, who I since has gone on, she's lost around 30 kilos now. That's her 30-day transformation. So how do you start? Do you have $19 a day? And think about where $19 a day usually goes. It probably goes on already protein powder, lunch, at work, maybe energy drinks, maybe a coffee and a piece of banana bread at morning tea. What are you having for breakfast? Are you wasting a gym membership? So many people sign up for the gym and are paying, big money to go there every month, yet not getting there and not getting the results. So go back and think, what am I actually spending per day? And do you have $19 a day? Because $19 a day just for the first 30 days can set you up with a President's Pack, which is what I recommend absolutely everyone starts on unless you're breastfeeding. And the reason for that is that it gives you the best value for your money. You're getting everything you see on the screen there. You're getting 2 out of your 3 meals a day, plus snacks, plus a blender, plus your membership, everything you need for a cleanse day, and the vitamins and synergies, which I haven't gone through, but whoever sent you to this webinar can if you want to know more. So think of the money that you actually save. There is a rebate system, okay? So for those of you who want to get your products paid for, I'm going to show you exactly how. So this is you, okay? We have a left side and a right side. You have 2 friends, friend A and friend B, who say, yeah, Heidi, that looks like a great idea. Sign me up as well. I want to do this. I want to lose some weight. I want to gain some energy. So in Australia, we're going to pay you $80 for referring a friend and $80 for referring another one. But if friend A and friend B came in one commission week, we're going to actually double that $80. So it becomes $160 each. When you have someone on your left and someone on your right, Isagenix makes you a consultant. And by doing that, you get an extra $50 bonus. So $370 back in your pocket if you're in Australia, or $450 if you're in New Zealand. Now, it's not fair that you keep that to yourself, right? Because friend A and friend B have paid full price and you haven't. So what we do is that we repeat the process with your friends. They're getting that $370 back in their pocket, but you're helping people. And the mission for this company is to free people from physical and financial pain. So they're going to reward you for that. And you've made a consultant. And by making a consultant, Isagenix is going to give you $100. So $100 for friend A, making them a consultant, getting them healthy and getting them $370 back in their pocket. And also $100 for helping friend B find friend A and friend B and get their $370 back in their pocket. So now you've had $570 rebate and your initial outlay is $590. But if you did this process within 30 days, you'll see you'll get an additional $250. So you're in front. You can buy a new dress. You can buy a new pair of pants. This is how you get your products paid for. However, there's a residual side to the income, and I will mention this for those that are perhaps thinking that they have a few friends that they could invite into this system. So each product or pack has a business volume attached to it, and that's BV. So a President's Pack has 337. You then invite a few friends along. You've got one on your left, one on your right. You've got another one on your right there, and then I come along, or your sponsor comes along and signs somebody else in your team. And then, you know, those dark green ones are people that say I've sponsored or somebody else has sponsored. They're not you're directly enrolled. However, their business volume is in your business. So if you remember, you've got the left side and you've got the right side, okay? Now, when you have 600 business volume on one side and 300 business volume on another, the computer will generate one cycle, which is $54 US. So here's the magic, guys, and this is what I want you to get. In 2 years, I've enrolled 200 people. I now have 11,000 people in my network or downline, and my business cycles 250 times a week, which is $14,000 a week residual income, whether I am enrolling people or not. Now, this business is hard, and I'm not saying if you go and you enroll you 200 that this is the results that you're going to get. I'm not. But this is the power of network marketing. So what you get is a complete box full of your products to last you a month, delivery to your door, a wholesale account, minus 10% if you order every month, a back office, a shop, a website, access to podcasts, library resources, exclusive access to my close Facebook support group, personal one-on-one coaching, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. If this doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for friend A, it doesn't work for friend B, you can send your products back. So what now? You need to contact the person who sent you to this webinar. Contact them and say, yes, you want to give it a go. You know, it's only 30 days, and as I said, there's a money-back guarantee. And I'm just going to leave you with this quote today. Insanity, Albert Einstein defines as doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. And I would go back to what I was doing since I was 14 years of age. I was on every fad diet. I was at the gym, and I was insane because I was doing it over and over and over again, but I wasn't getting the results that I desired. Why did I think that doing it over and over again that I would? And the same with nursing. I was working 56 hours a week, and our family budget, our saving, we had no savings, and we were going further and further into debt. But I thought if I kept doing it, that we would come out eventually. Until I thought a little bit differently, until this opportunity just presented itself. And the universe, I believe, sent it to me because it's totally transformed my health and totally transformed my wealth. So thank you, Albert Einstein, for bringing that to my attention. And thank you all for joining this webinar. I've really loved having you on, and I hope that you take on this opportunity and contact the person who brought you here. So thanks and have a great day. Bye.